All right, let's give it another minute or two. Just a heads up, unfortunately, Wasso is unable to join us today, but he'll be back in action, and you guys will be seeing him on Telegram as well as all of our other channels.
While we wait to begin, we'd appreciate it if everyone shared the space on Twitter. That would be lovely.
We do indeed have some fun updates for you guys today.
How fun, Jen? How fun?
I don't know, like on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 999. You know, I don't like to
Sounds kind of fun.
overpromise, but I
I
do
like it. I like it.
I do think they're kind of fun. Hey Suresh, how's it going?
Hi, Suresh. The man, the myth, the legend. Great. How are you?
Good, good.
Amazing.
Let's see here. We have about 235 people. Whoa, just jumped up to 242 people in the space. I think we can go ahead and get started. I'd like to kick off this AMA with just some updates from my end. First and foremost, I think we're all really, really excited about the NFT giveaway. So at this moment, if you're in the room, go ahead and pull up your wallet address, and I'm going to share with you guys the last I can't count, the last five characters of the wallet that won the giveaway. And then we're also going to tweet out the full wallet address with instructions on how to claim the giveaway here shortly. Can I get a drum roll, please?
That's the best I got for you.
I like it. All right, here we go. Last five characters of the wallet are 77ECC.
Oh my God, Jen, this is mine.
No way! I thought it was
What?
going to be mine.
Did I really win?
I don't think so. I don't, unless you're from France, is where.
No, 7ECC, yeah.
All right, here. How about this, guys? I'm going to tweet out the full address right now. Go ahead and take a peek. If this is your wallet, you will be receiving an email from me. It's going to be at jen@everrise.com with just a confirmation and instructions on how to claim the NFT. Since this is a very valuable NFT, we want to make sure we're not just sending it out into the ether. So go ahead and peep that tweet. Congratulations to the winner. We're incredibly excited that, you are now the owner of the EverRise Mutant Ape. Some other updates for you guys. I've been hearing a lot of desire for some swag. I think it is getting cold for some of us in some parts of the country, at least in the United States. It's freezing now. I'm really excited to say that we have finalized our official merch catalog. We'll be teasing some of it throughout the week. The actual website and storefront should be live by Friday. So you guys can get cozy with your EverRise hoodies, your EverRise mugs. Maybe some of you guys want some t-shirts. There's plenty of fun stuff in the store. And another thing that we wanted to do was we're going to be creating a community contest where you guys will be able to submit community designs for a limited run in the official EverRise storefront. Proceeds from the winning design will go to a charity of the winner's choice, which is really exciting. After we get off this AMA, we'll be sharing the details on how to submit some of your designs. We have a ton of amazing creative people in our community, and I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. I've seen some of the designs on Twitter already, so Really excited to see what officially gets submitted. And then some other marketing updates for you guys. So as you know, I've talked a lot about our paid ad strategy and kind of looking at our overall statistics and seeing how across all of the marketing funnels, we are still growing really significantly even after the migration to V2. So the word about EverRise is getting out there and continues to get out there. We did see some optimizations that we could do in our paid ads, so we're getting ready to up to how do I phrase this? Update the creative and just continue to hone in on our targets so we can get the most bang for our buck. I'm really excited that we have a couple of specific ad campaigns coming up where we're actually directly working with the platforms on getting these ads listed. Uh, some of some of these sites you guys might recognize. They include CoinGecko, Bitcoin.com, as well as Cointelegraph. We'll set you guys loose once the ads are live to see if you can find them in the wild, but really excited that's coming, and we're just continuing to build a really robust ad strategy. I'm also excited to say, you guys have heard me talk a lot about this before. You know, when people look at EverRise, they oftentimes view us as a really great educational resource and as one of the protocols that is starting to introduce, you know, topics around education within the space, specifically around safety and security. Over the next couple of weeks, you guys will start to see us roll out our educational strategy. I've gotten the pleasure of spending some time with you guys in community VC and just lurking through the chat. And I see that so many of you guys are doing an incredible job with, you know, going out to your own individual communities and starting to educate people on what is DeFi, like what is a smart contract, how does the EverRise ecosystem work. And I'm realizing there's a ton of different topics for someone who knows absolutely nothing about DeFi. There's like a ton of topics that they need to understand to truly understand what various protocols are doing. So we're going to start rolling out videos as well as blogs that will just be about DeFi education in general. This will be content that you guys can now arm yourselves with, and when you're going out and educating your communities, you'll have materials and resources to point to. So really, really excited about that. Yeah, I think for now, those are all the marketing updates I wanted to give this week. TJ, was there anything that I missed that you can think of?
Nothing that you missed specifically, but I just want to tell you guys that we have so many things in the pipeline that are so exciting. We unfortunately can't speak about them due to NDAs, but I mean, us as a team right now, we've worked really, really hard to get the opportunities that have been presented to us, and I look forward to sharing them with you. I'll let Waso share them with you when we're allowed to, as is his department. But we've been grinding really hard. I mean, we work 10 to 16-hour days each without hesitation. I mean, we all love it, and I think that the bigger fish in the sea are starting to finally realize what EverRise is about, what we're building. They want to incorporate it into their ecosystem. So as far as that goes, unfortunately, that's all I can say right now, but there is so much in the pipeline that we can't wait to share with you guys.
And before we open the floor to questions, Suresh, do you want to give any updates? I know we're, you know, revamping the dApps just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, nothing specific actually. We are actually looking to revamp the entire DApp design. One thing is we want to use the everrise.com as the sole domain for anything what we do. So going forward, we'll not have everrise.finance. It will be, we'll still have the domain, but it will be redirected to, we'll be having app.everrise.com under which, currently the DApp is already live under that, but we haven't actually promoted it so far. So, but that is one update, and even the entire DApp design will be changed. We'll have a new look for that. And coming to the new apps, we haven't tried. We want to make sure that everything is going smooth with respect to bridge or anything. You might be observing that. We have been working on fixing so many things in the background for the bridge, like because we have been seeing that on the BSC side, the nodes are not giving the proper events. I mean, even though, I mean, whenever people try to do the bridge, they always wonder what is happening to my transaction. Like, I mean, sometimes it's like even like after 5 6 hours, they're not able to get the tokens on the other side. It's nothing to do with the bridge. It's with respect to the BSC nodes. We're not getting the events. We use third-party node services, and for now, we are working on like multiple instances for those nodes to get the events properly. And so far, for the past 1 week, or at least for the past 3 days, I don't see any issues. I mean, everything is working proper after we actually have many nodes. Even like for Ethereum, we have our own node running. So yeah, we'll still look forward like to fix anything with respect to bridge, because that is our main focus point. Like we need to make sure that everything is running smooth before we actually go to the next chain, or with by releasing. I mean, if at all, if we need to work on a new D app or like enhancing the current bridge where we support the native currency swap, we're just waiting on seeing like everything goes smooth. But unfortunately, market is taking a downtrend, so we also see the impact on that. But yeah, I mean, there is a life. So yeah, for the, at least for this month, end of this month, I mean, we'll have pretty good shape with whatever we want to deliver with respect to the D app, and we will be parallelly working on the native currency. So yeah, I mean, other than that, only thing is the bridge wise. I mean, if at all, if there is any issue, I mean, I basically keep monitoring what is happening each transfer. If at all, if anything is stuck, we'll proactively take care of it and fixing all the things. I mean, you might be observing like even the, I mean, all the things you will not be seeing what we are doing with respect to what is happening. If you look at the wallet connect, earlier we used to go to the wallet connect bridge. They have a separate bridge, but right now even that was giving so many issues. Now we have deployed the same wallet connect in our AWS, so we have our own server running, so that it will be smooth for everybody. I mean, like I can't. All these are like technical things which I can't completely explain. You'll not be understanding. So yeah, but we have been working on so many other things in the back end. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty much.
Oh, and I just got this note. One other update before we open the floor. With regards to the migration NFTs, our design team is making some final tweaks. We should have a timeline out to you guys in the next week or so about when you guys will be able to claim those. They're looking really, really nice. I'm excited for you to see all the different variations we've created. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, TJ, you want to take us away?
I shall. Let's begin with NDA SafeMoon. Welcome to the AMA, my friend. How are you? As soon as you connect, obviously, a little bit of a premature welcome, but you know how these things go. Hey, NDA SafeMoon.
Hi, guys. Nice to talk to you guys again. Just wondering if somebody could send me.
Always a pleasure.
Right? Just wondering if somebody could send me a DM with the process for Android. I've been helping a couple friends move over, and after I select BSC scan, like the whole page goes blank, and then me personally with Android, I don't know.
I'm losing you a little bit. I am assuming you're talking about the migration process for Android.
What figure?
I don't know if it's my connection, but I can't hear.
No, it's not just yours. NDA SafeMoon, I'm going to shoot you a DM right now. And then we can coordinate this offline. We're more than happy to help and get you what you need to make sure you can migrate over from Android.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to bring up Crypto Foodie. I love crypto. I love food. I love your name. Hey, crypto foodie.
Hey, hi. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, congratulations. And I've been meaning to like talk in the other spaces previously, but I'm not getting a chance. But congratulations to everyone. And this is one of the cleanest. I think everyone has conveyed this information message that this is one of the cleanest migration we have ever seen. I have been in crypto for a bit while now. This is the cleanest, and congratulations to the whole team. Um, One quick question. So, I think a couple of days back or a week back, I saw a tweet explaining like this one, right? Staking on staking. You can withdraw and restake and get more benefits. I think either it is Titan or someone else tweeted that. So, can you please explain us on that? What that means?
Yeah, that was Titan's tweet, so I'll let him take this question about staking withdrawals and rewards.
Yeah, see, I mean, I really thought everyone understood about how the staking works, but I actually saw the Telegram chat and they thought I need to clarify on that. When we stake, we get the rewards, and the rewards can be withdrawn at any time. There is no time limit or there's no time bound for it. So that was the reason. Even though your stake accumulates the multiplier, like if suppose if you stake for 12 months, your multiplier will be 12x. But the rewards can be withdrawn at any time the moment it comes to you. So it has to be with the multiplier of 1x only, because it cannot be like 12x. You're not, there is no time limit for that. So that was the reason it was only like, we're saying that the rewards will be compounded to get more rewards on that, but it will be happening only with 1x multiplier. But if you still want to have that rewards to be having like 12x multiplier or 10x multiplier, you have to withdraw them and stake again. That way they will also get the more multiplier.
Okay, I got it. Like you mean like withdraw and stake the rewards means take the coins with the rewards.
Yes.
Okay, that way it will multiply. Okay, got it. But
Yeah.
one thing, at least I noticed after that major glitch last week with that technical adjustment you posted, right? The reward started very like accumulating very less on a day by day basis. Is there anything? Is it because of uh, like already I think I can see 45% is stake, so there is no much 100 million transaction or something. There is the Kraken thing, right, where the staking rewards execute. That's not happening because of that. The rewards slowed down, or is there something else?
Yeah, if you compare to number 10,000, if you compare one with number 10,000, it's always less. The rewards are actually coming every day. I can see on the BSC,
Yeah.
like at least two to three times the buyback is happening for the BSC side.
Mhm.
Just imagine for the Poly and ETH side, there is no buyback for almost like 4 days, 5 days. They're just waiting. But BSC side, we keep getting it, but the amount is small because the Kraken is small.
Oh,
But once the Kraken keeps growing, I mean, the amount will be bigger. But right now it is small.
got it. So one last question. Sorry for taking up others' time. So this 45% staking, right? Is it good for the overall thing? Like because out of the whole supply, if we are saying like 45% is staked, I understand that it is really good for the project. But when with the price movements and stuff, is it really good?
Yes, I mean anything staking is good actually. Staking is nothing but the commitment where you were saying
Yes.
you won't participate in the selling.
Mhm.
So yeah, as long as the price, the percentage goes up for the staking, it will be good for the project. I mean, you might be thinking after 1 year, like they might withdraw it, but until 1 year, we have very gold, I mean, diamond hands there. So yeah, staking
I mean,
percentage
one thing
is a really
about
good for the project.
one thing about our community is that they've been very loyal since the very beginning. We had a feeling when we launched staking that a significant portion of the supply would be locked. I personally didn't even think it would be 45%. That's a ton. I mean, if you look at any other project, 45%, which is almost half of the entire supply, is staked. And that doesn't even take into account what's in the deployer wallet, what's locked in the liquidity pools. That's tokens from people's hands. So it's actually more than 45% of what's in circulation, if you think about it, which is incredible. Obviously, the benefit of staking for a holder is there's less tokens that will be sold on the open market. So the higher the stake supply, the less market volatility essentially ensues.
One more thing, TJ, I just need to add here. Even the
Please.
rewards are not part of this percentage. Look at the BSC side. We have like 1.3 billion tokens rewarded. Those are part of the staking contract, the master staking contract, but those are not reflected in the staking percentage. Just imagine if you include them in the percentage, it's close to 50K, 50%.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Anyway, thanks a lot, team. It's a great thing to be part of this project. Thanks again.
Thank you, my friend. I'm going to bring up Larry. Hey, Larry, how's it going, my friend? Larry, are you there? You might have to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How's it going?
Very fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Amazing.
So, before I proceed with my question, I would like to congratulate the team. Very professional team we have here, and also to congratulate everyone on the recent exchange. I think the token was listed on ME Exchange, something like that, right?
Yeah, MEXC, it's going to be listed shortly.
Okay.
We're actually part of their Pioneer program, which is a co-marketing initiative. So they're going to push it harder than we are.
Okay.
Which is hard to believe, but it's happening.
Okay, that's nice. Well, I would like to know. I have like two questions. I would like to know how much effort does the team put into be listed on major exchanges, the likes of FTX, Binance, and other major exchanges. And also, I don't think the EverRise idea is really accepted in my part of the world, that's Africa. I don't think it's really known in this part of the world. I don't know what's the marketing team trying to do about that, because Africans are really embracing cryptocurrency to a very large extent, especially Nigerians. And there is a whole lot of markets in this part of the world. So, what's the marketing team doing to really get to the markets in Africa? What's the marketing team doing about that?
Yeah, so I can go ahead and chime in here. I think right now our international marketing efforts are things that we are looking very closely in. Like our top demographics include the UK, India, France, and Canada. And this is something that we'll be looking to expand with additional partnerships it's just something that will come with time. Nigeria is our 7th most recommended traffic currently. So it is something that we're looking at. At this point in time right now, we are focusing our efforts on Asia as it makes sense with our MEXC partnership. And so you'll start to see our international marketing efforts grow over the next month, 2 months. And unfortunately, it's not something that I can just say we're going to target all countries all at the same time. It's not the most effective way to spend marketing. So it'll be a strategic rollout with the focus right now being on Asia and Southeast Asia.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
And one thing I did want to just call out, TJ had mentioned that, we are going to be a part of MEXC's Pioneer program. And I don't know if you guys have looked at the Pioneer portfolio, but there are projects on there like Avalanche, like Solana, Polygon, PancakeSwap, CoinMarketCap, Binance. Like we are going to be alongside the same exact portfolio, and it's really incredible to see EverRise's name listed up there with all of those other protocols and projects. So I think it's just continuing to add validation to what we're building and what we're creating here. And there is clearly a need for safety and security in this space. And every day, EverRise continues to be recognized as a leader in that effort.
Well said, Jen. I hope that answers your question, Larry.
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you so much.
Awesome. You're very welcome. Hope you have a great day, my friend.
Yeah, you too.
Thompson, the floor is yours. Hey, Thompson, how's it going?
Hello?
Hey.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I wanted to ask the NFT, which was that is the guy that won NFT. What is the total circulation of the NFT, and how can we get the NFT? How can we purchase the NFT?
So, how many NFTs are going to be claimed?
Yeah, on sales. No, how can we purchase it? For example, I want to buy an NFT. EverRise NFT. How can I purchase?
Are you talking about the EverRise staking and migration NFTs?
No. Yeah, to buy the NFTs. That is to purchase NFTs myself.
So EverRise doesn't currently have any NFTs that we are selling.
Okay.
We do have EverRise NFTs for those who have migrated from V1 to V2, and you will get NFTs if you stake Rise. With regards to the giveaway, that is, you can, if you're interested in purchasing a Muon Bored Ape, you can do that on OpenSea. But EverRise, as of right now, does not have any NFTs that we are selling.
Okay. All right, thank you. Does any EverRise has a plan of token bond in the future or not?
Do we have a plan of token bonds?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. Suresh, I'll let you chime in on that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
At this point of time, we cannot comment on anything because we haven't been.
So, Thomas, as of right now, we have no comment on that.
Thanks, Thompson. Let's bring up DP. Hey, DP, how's it going, my friend? I love your Ethereum Kraken NFT.
I hope everyone can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. I hear a dog in the background. I can hear you.
Sorry for that. I have a quick question.
No worries.
But firstly, I want to congratulate the entire team and also the entire community for being where we are at now and getting us so far.
Thank you very much.
And there are three quick questions. The first question being, I just wanted to ask, what is the where do we see ourselves in the future? What is our vision? Where we are heading? I mean, our bridge is out, and what are the next steps? We are very interested to know.
So I think I heard you. Sorry, it was a little washed out, but did you ask what the next steps were and where we see ourselves in the future?
Yes.
Okay, so Wasso had a great answer about this last AMA. I can essentially sum it up. I mean, EverRise wants to be the #1 provider for any security DApp in crypto. I mean, we want people, when they think safety in cryptocurrency, they think EverRise. We want to be powering, we want to create DApps, we want to, keep people safe. We're going to keep creating and keep building different utilities for investors and potentially other token teams to build transparency and safety within the space, because as you know, there's tons of rug pulls, tons of honeypots, just horrible people out there every day stealing money from good people, and it makes us sick. It's something that I do not understand. I don't understand how those people sleep at night. So where I see ourselves in 5 years essentially is just to be the in-house, like the name that you would think of when people think about safety and security in cryptocurrency. And we're taking, yeah, Jen, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to add on to that, TJ. I think part of that comes with adoption and expanding to other blockchains, right? The whole reason why we migrated to our V2 contract was so that we could have our token and ecosystem set in a way that allows us to bring EverRise to multiple blockchains and to continue to add chains. And so, it's been mentioned on previous AMAs. We're looking at Avalanche, we're looking at Kronos, we're looking at expanding pretty significantly to everywhere where we're seeing DeFi start to have mass adoption. So, just adding on to TJ's point, it's not just about having security associated with our brand. I think that's something that's just going to come based off of the products that we continue to release. We're about 6 months old and we've released 4 dApps at this point, and we have 4 more slated that are in development. And it's really just going to be continuing to build out that ecosystem so that way, in the next 5 years, this is my personal dream and hope, and I definitely see a path for this to happen. But I remember when I first got into DeFi and I would see Reddit post announcing projects, and one of the big things that people would always call out is like, oh, this contract is renounced, the liquidity is locked. And so in my brain, and I think with the ecosystem that we're building in the next 5 years, it's going to be, this contract is locked by Everown. Here's the link to the locker. The liquidity has been locked in Everlock. We're doing our pre-sale through Eversale, and just seeing the adoption of our dApps as, other developers will leverage our ecosystem to securely build projects in DeFi.
Well said.
That's great. Thank you. There are 2 quick questions to Mr. Titan. First question being, is there? I do see that many people staking in the contracts for 8 months or 9 months, the average time period. So, is there any plan so that once the staking period ends, is there any plan to avoid multiple sell-offs? Is the first question. And second question is, what are the next dApps we are expecting after Everbridge? Thank you.
Yeah, regarding the first question, there is no plan to stop someone from selling. We don't do that. So if the time period is done, if they want to sell and go, that is up to them. We don't want to restrict anybody. This is a free trade. And also that is up to them. If they want to sell, they will lose their rewards. The only advantage of the staking is they get the rewards, but until the time is over, they are locked. But even after the time is over, I believe that people will not try to sell off the entire stake because they will lose out the rewards. So I truly believe on that part. So I don't expect much sell off even after the staking is over. And coming to the new dApps, as we planned everything, we have this Eversale and Ever Wallet are the main things. But before we go there, we want to make sure whatever the dApps we released are perfect. That is the reason we are actually making sure that before we proceed on to the next, we're not going with I understand that we release so many, we're doing some kind of fast development, but at the same time, we need to make sure that those are perfect. So we're just taking a step back and make sure that everything is ready so that once we have this perfect UI or everything is designed properly, then going to the new dApps will be pretty easy. We can go fast at the time. So right now we're just taking a little break in developing the new dApps and making sure that the existing ones are redesigned and working for 100%.
Thanks, Chetan. Great. I'm a big fan.
I just want to add one thing in there. You mentioned, it's been brought up, Jen, you said we're 6 months old. Look what we've done in 6 months. Look what we've built in 6 months. Look at the community that we've grown to in 6 months. Imagine that 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. We're never going to stop building. We believe truly in our products, and they're all first to market. They're things that haven't been done before. They're things that we see a substantial need for in the DeFi space. and that's where our focus is always going to be. I mean, listing on exchanges and all that stuff is great, and it's all going to come. It's all going to come in due time. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of really exciting things in the pipeline. I'm going to leave it at that. But what gets an exchange to list you? It's volume, it's utility, and unless you're something like SHIB or Doge, that's a different story. But I mean, these exchanges, and you see a lot of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, top 20 cryptocurrencies, they're all tokens or coins that have utility, and they bring utility to the space that don't already exist. So we're just going to keep building. We're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to keep our transparency at the absolute maximum with you guys, and hopefully you'll stick around and grow with us as we acquire new holders and new believers in what we're doing. Thanks a lot for your question, DP. Let me add up.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Ehab, how are you, my friend? The floor is yours as soon as you connect. That's a beautiful humanoid.
Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
Hey. Yes.
Oh, hello, TJ. First, the humanoid is you, man. You are the one who inspired me to get that one. And yeah, but you moved on to the next one. You're making it hard for me.
No. Never moved on, man. Never moved on.
Brilliant. So, the whole team, it's been an amazing journey. I'm proud to be the 20th person on the Telegram group since everything started. It's been a wonderful journey, everyone. Titan, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. The whole team, you're doing a great job. I've been here since the beginning. I'll continue going forward with you guys. I have a couple of questions, to be honest. One about staking. Maybe to be answered before, I was very busy. I'm a doctor in New York, so it's really busy. If you can explain to me the reward. For example, if I stake for 3 months, it says times 3 my staking amount. Is that true? Doesn't mean after 3 months I'm gonna get the same amount, or like times 3?
No. So what it means is essentially, so if you stake, let's say you and I both stake 100 Rise tokens. You stake for 3 months, I stake for 12 months.
Okay.
Every time the Kraken buys back and the rewards are distributed, I'm gonna get 12 times sorry, let me put this easier. You stake for 1 month, I stake for 12. Okay. I'm gonna get 12 times the amount of rewards that you are. So it's not a 12 times or 3 times or 5 times whatever you put in. It's that amount based on the Kraken's buyback and the amount that's distributed once the staking rewards are sent out.
Okay, so the percentage of what I'm supposed to get, it depends on the period I'm staking on.
Exactly.
Okay, brilliant. So the other stuff is basically I need help. So for some reason, I think I texted you, DM'd you before, Lord TJ. I know you're busy. I spoke with Jason as well on the Kraken on the Telegram. I was kicked out of the group for some reason. I was basically asking the same question while I typing this question, and when I sent it, that's when everything went out. I was kicked out for some reason, and I've been trying to get hold of you guys. It's quite difficult. I know you're quite busy, and I think this space is just easy for me because I don't have the time. I want to just put it out there. I can DM you my Twitter, my Telegram username. If you can look into it, that would be great because it's really affecting my investment. I don't know what's going on, and I don't
Absolutely.
like using.
I'll make sure that's taken care of actually while we're on this space right now. I see your DM. I'm sorry, I have thousands of DMs.
I know. Yeah.
But I'm gonna send that over to our mod team and get you unbanned and taken care of.
Definitely. And to be honest, thank you guys, all of you, for shutting all the mouses who were doubtful when I was talking about EverRise. And I think all of my brothers now they're joined in. So we are behind you. Keep going.
Perfect. Thank you so much, my friend. And I just sent our mod team a message to get you back in the Telegram.
All right, brilliant. Thank you. Take care, guys.
You're very welcome. Take care, my friend. Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
Well,
on that,
sorry,
no, I was just going to say on that note, guys, one of the things that we are working on building out right now through our website is a live help desk that will be accessed through everrise.com. If you ever have issues with being able to access the Telegram, or if you are banned, you'll also be able to leverage that help desk because there will always be someone on the other side of it. So if you ever are having an issue getting in touch with core team members, because as TJ said, our DMs are quite hefty across our official accounts as well as personal accounts. We do our best to sift through as many as we can within a day, but a help desk on the website is coming. So just keep an eye out for that. We'll be announcing it once it's ready and fully integrated.
Absolutely. Zorash, I see you unmuted your mic. You have something to add there, or?
No, it is by mistake. You can go
No
ahead.
worries, no worries. Nick, the floor is yours.
Hello.
Hey, Nick.
Yo, so I plan on using this as a long-term investment for my son. He's 7 right now, and like I'm trying to stake until he's like 18. So will he like still continue to receive like rewards year after year, or do I have to like renew the contract?
Every 12 months, you would go in and just restake everything, essentially, if that's what you want to stake.
All right.
But that's very kind of you.
All right. Cool. Thank you. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Nick. Hope you have a great day.
Actually, TJ, I believe if you stake and once you leave your token staked, even after the time lock is up, you'll continue to earn rewards at that weight. So you wouldn't need to go in and restake every 12 months if you were just trying to maintain the 12th month multiplier. If you wanted to withdraw the rewards and restake the rewards, that's something that you would have to look at doing.
I was talking about like the NFTs.
Ah, okay. Got it. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Awesome. Nick, was your question answered, or are you still?
Yeah, I'm good.
Not 100%
I'm good.
sure. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Crypto Climbs, how are you? Oh, you just fell off there. All right, let's bring up B. Oh, Crypto Climbs, you're back. How are you?
What's up, guys?
Oh, no, you're not. Okay, my Spaces is glitching out. I'm sorry, guys. B, I see you're up here now. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, thank you very much.
Yeah, I just had a question about staking. I have 2 separate contracts staked for 12 months.
Yep.
And they're equal amounts, but I'm not getting equal rewards for them. Does that balance out over time?
Are they on the same chain?
Yeah, they're both on the Binance Smart Chain.
I actually can't answer that myself. Suresh, do you mind jumping in?
It has to be same. I mean, if it is the same amount of stake, it has to be, the reward should be the same.
Yeah, I mean it's not off a ton. It might just be the web page or the browser, but one's showing 139 and the other one's just showing 39 rewards, which I just take it out just to restake the rewards I've gained so far.
But the question, did you create those 2 contracts at the same time? Like one contract might have accumulated some rewards before you create the second contract.
So the first contract I made was pre V2, and the one I made after was post V2. But I had taken out all the rewards literally like yesterday for both contracts to restake, and they both were at 500,000, and now one's showing 139 and the other one's showing 39.
Theoretically, I mean, basically, it has to be exactly the same. We need to see if at all. If I believe, I mean, there is no bug or anything, but it should be something to do with your contracts. But ideally, it should be the same. If it is the same amount of stake and same period, yeah, it will be the same.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it might just, like I said, it might just be the web page. Like maybe if I need to disconnect my wallet and reconnect, because it's only off by 100, but it's showing 39. And even the decimal places are relatively the same. So it might just be the web page.
B, why don't you go ahead and DM the EverRise account, just a screenshot of the staking, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay, awesome.
In a little bit more detail.
Awesome. Thank you guys, and really appreciate you guys' effort with the project. This is probably one of my biggest investments, so appreciate all the hard work.
Thank you for believing in us. before we move on to the next question, Wealth Finder, who accidentally got disconnected, he did have a question, which is, what is the update on the Surtick report? So we have been in contact with Surtick. Waso and Suresh had a meeting with Surtick a couple days ago. There's one thing that we're still trying to get aligned with Surtick on, which is the removal of the centralization risk on our contract due to EverOwn. And so it's just that this will be the first time they are doing a removal of a centralization risk with the solution being EverOwn. And so it's just requiring more discussions amongst the Surtick leadership team. I will leave the rest of the updates on that front with regards to that front to Waso, but we'll keep you guys updated as we get updates. But we're close.
And just to go over quickly what a centralization risk is, you'll find the majority
Hello
of
guys,
projects
hello to
on
the whole
Surtick
EverRise community.
have a... Sorry, Crypto Climbs, I'm just going to say one thing quickly and then I'll let you jump in here. The centralization risk, you'll find most contracts on Surtick have that. It's a major finding. It just means that somebody is in control of it. So we're really trying to push that EverOwn is the solution for it, which is why we're not settling and accepting the audit that they've put in front of us, because we know what we built and we're trying to make it a security standard moving forward. So it's why it's taken a little bit more time, but we will get there. We're very persistent. Crypto Climb, how's it going, my friend?
Hello, thank you, my friend. Just a quick question about the Kraken reserves. Is it guaranteed that the distribution to all holders will be done?
If you're staking, yes. The only redistribution now that we're on V2 is through staking.
Yes,
so if you're
yes,
staking,
yes.
every time the Kraken buys back, you will get rewarded.
Yes, but for example, the Kraken reserves are over 1 million. Is it guaranteed that this will be distributed to all holders?
So we're never going to empty out the Kraken. The point of the Kraken is to add a level of security and safety to your investment. It's never going to go to zero. So it's a percentage of the Kraken's total balance that is used to buy back tokens once 100 million Rise has been accumulated in volume.
Okay,
so,
for each chain, 100 million volume, do you say, right?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Okay, but for each chain, for each network, if the 100 million level are performed, then it will be distributed.
Yes, anything that the Kraken buys back is distributed to staking holders. Any staking contract, as long as you have it registered, you will get a reward every time the Kraken on your chain does a buyback.
Okay, thank you very much, Bobby.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Jen, did you want to jump in there?
No, you covered it.
All right, beautiful. Pewd, I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome to the space, my friend. Hey, Pewd. I think. You might have to unmute your mic on the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
All right. My question is there any plans to add more chains to on EverRise network apart from
Yeah.
the three we have?
Yes. Yeah, there are plans. That's why we migrated to V2. Essentially, the V2 contract gives us the ability to expand to any chain that we'd like. That's obviously something that we're going to have to approach on a case-by-case basis with the chains and, putting together partnerships. We're not just going to go launch on a chain and throw over $1.5 million of liquidity for fun. Everything that we do is done strategically through partnerships, and that's essentially where I'll leave that off. But yes, we do plan on launching on more chains.
And one of the other things, in case you weren't here for the beginning of the AMA, Suresh spoke a lot to how important it is for us right now to basically perfect the dApps that we have released. So with this will come UI changes, UX changes. There's some more back-end technical work that is being done. And once the dApps that we have existing are in a really good place, then we will start exploring building out the rest of our ecosystem as well as expanding to other chains.
Thanks a lot. One more question.
Yep.
When metaverse?
When metaverse? We will cross the metaverse bridge if we ever get to it. Again, our main focus is security, where we don't want to just adapt to, oh, wow, metaverse is trending. Let's completely pivot our core values to adapt to the metaverse. I think that EverRise and our products are something that metaverse tokens and metaverse ecosystems will adapt on their own. That's the goal here. You're not going to see us, I think I can safely say, put out a metaverse, the Eververse or whatever. I mean, that's not what we're building right now. We're building things to keep people in the metaverse safe, essentially. So, yeah, that's the best I can answer that. Jesus Cantana, how are you, my friend? You might have to unmute your mic. I know you've been up here for a little bit. I'm going to bring up Don't Worry, Okay. Hey, Don't Worry, Okay. I have two speakers up right now. You might have to unmute your mic on the bottom left-hand corner. I see you waving. Are you having an issue unmuting your mic? If you are, give me the 100 emoji, and I'll move on to another question.
Hey, how's it going, TJ?
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. How are you, my friend?
TJ, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good. TJ, I had a question, man. So, any update on when these the NFTs will be? I'm not sure if you guys touched up on it. I just wanted to get some clarification on when those NFTs will probably be issued in regards to those who converted over to V2 and the amount.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we're putting the.
so
Oh, go ahead, Jen.
sorry.
No, it's all good.
We had mentioned this a little bit earlier on in the AMA, but the design team is making a couple last minute tweaks to the migration NFT designs. So once those are finalized and done, we'll be able to provide you guys all with the timeline on when you'll be able to claim those. So I'm hoping to have an update here within the next week for you.
Also, I wanted to ask. I know, of course, you've been listed on MXC Exchange. I think if I'm pronouncing it correctly, which is awesome. If I'm not mistaken, I think was there one more exchange listing to be expected before the new year, or what's the timeline on that?
So we are under NDAs. We can't speak about that, essentially. But what I can tell you is we are talking to multiple. And as information develops and as we're allowed to discuss and reveal what we've been working on, then you will know, trust me.
Perfect. Yeah, that's also I wanted to ask because I was looking at my staking contract, and it seems like, of course, I know we had that little mishap with the Kraken where it gave pretty much all the stakers a good amount of coins per staking, but it seems like I haven't really noticed anything since that. Has there been any Kraken movement since that happened, TJ, or what's the status of that?
There has been movement. The Kraken movement is automated, so it's not something that we trigger manually anymore. So anytime 100 million tokens are bought, sold, doesn't matter. It could be 100 million worth of buys. The Kraken is triggered. The only reason you might not be noticing as much of a jump now is because of all the rewards that you already received when the Kraken put in like $2 million. So the Kraken reserves we're buying are growing back again. Every time it buys back, it's a percentage of what's in the Kraken reserve. So as time goes on and the Kraken continues to grow, you'll start to see the rewards become bigger and bigger again.
Got you. Hey, well, that's all the questions I had.
But yeah, there is. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely Kraken movement though. It's automated, so you never have to worry about that.
Perfect, perfect. Hey, well, hey, that's all I had. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up, and I'll see you guys. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Jesus Cantana, are you able to speak? Otherwise, I'll move on to the next. All right, looks like I'm moving on to the next. Sashil, how are you? Hey, Sashil.
Hey guys, um, this is I don't have any question, but I have one recommendation though, because our
Sure.
AMA is actually there's a conflict with our AMA with the AMA of Coinbase, and a lot of my friends had actually joined that AMA. I think it's just we're not there yet, I guess, with the Coinbase. So I just wanted to just put that out there for your information. I'm pretty sure you already know, but that maybe that's why we have very less folks actually on our AMA. It's because they're probably all there.
Interesting. Good to know. I didn't know about the Coinbase AMA. Is that weekly Tuesday at this
Yeah,
time?
usually it's our AMA and their AMA is pretty much the same.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, we can discuss internally and see if we want to pivot our time. Thanks for bringing that to light, Sheila. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Joe Aladdin, how are you? There
Hey
you go.
Joe, there it is.
Hey guys, how are you today? I wanted to, as always, congratulate you for all the good work you've done and how fast you did all this. My questions will be regarding funding and should the bear market come and last 3 to 4 years, how will you survive this?
So I mean, to address a bear market, that's obviously something that nobody really wants, but it happens. This is the nature of the space. How we're going to survive is just to continue to build and continue to build things that and applications that investors in cryptocurrency need, whether we're in a bear market or a bull market. I mean, safety is always number one. There's nothing that trumps the safety of your assets, essentially. So we're going to keep building, we're going to keep developing, and keep putting our DApps in the hands of those who need them. So that's how we're going to survive a bear market. Obviously, if there's less volume, it is what it is. It wouldn't be just us affected; it would be everybody. But I mean, you can't let something like that kind of hinder your growth or affect your mentality. You just have to kind of rise above it and not stare at the chart so much and just create what you believe in, and that's what we're doing here at EverRise.
Thank you very much. I mean,
You're very
usually
welcome.
I'm a buy and forget, so that's fine.
Yes, you and me both, my friend. I have some tokens in my wallet that I picked up like 6 months ago. I don't even remember. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing here.
Okay.
I to be honest with you, like I personally I don't care what the day-to-day value is. I invest in things that I believe in that provide utility, much needed utility, and things that are going to change the game. That's where I see it. Bear market, bull market, it doesn't matter. I'm in it for the long term. And I feel like the majority of EverRise holders are the same way. I mean, we're obviously not a pump and dump. We've proven that time and time again. We're a real company. We're building things that people need, and we're never going to stop. So that's how we're going to survive the bear market.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm excited. I'm more excited day after day about this project. Thank you very much.
I love that, my friend. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. David Shaber, how are you? Hey, David. David, are you there? All right, I'm going to bring up Martin. Hey, Martin. Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Your project is great. I just wanted to ask about new exchange what you are planning. I saw you some time ago you tweet about this Maxi Global. And how about that when it will go live trading? Are you planning some more? Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're very welcome. Yes, we are planning more. The announcements will come when we're allowed to essentially announce them. As I mentioned a few times, we're under non-disclosure agreements, so there's only so many things that we can say. Exchanges are Wasso's number one priority, and I can tell you that he's working his butt off every day, every night to get EverRise in front of more potential investors. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it's great. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. You're very welcome.
Okay,
Hope you have a
bye.
great day.
Take care.
So we're just over 3 o'clock here, so we'll take one more question. We'll take it from Mr. Dory. Hey, Mr. Dory.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, it's more of a statement, I guess, which I've been kind of wanted to voice for a little while. I mean, when I originally got into this project, I seen it on. It was actually a Reddit post. Funny enough, but it was. I seen it and I kind of thought. When I invested into SafeMoon, for example, the reason I did was because it was at the time it was 2 weeks old, and it just came out. It was a new concept, to the space, I guess, or whatever. And when I seen EverRise, I thought, obviously with the buyback, I was like, this is the one. This is the company that have brought something new where no one else is doing that. And for the last 6 months, you guys just in general have, you've been amazing. And I think you've released things which nobody else has, or even tried to do, if that makes sense. I kind of, the point I wanted to get across was just, I think it's so undervalued. I know you guys don't really kind of care about hype and stuff, because I know that's not the fundamental point of this project is that it's going to be a long-term investment, and you are providing genuine utility to just users in general, and obviously other projects. But the question, I suppose, for the marketing side of things that I kind of wanted to ask, I know I've rambled on a little bit here, but what are you going to do to really get someone to excite people? Because, for example, myself, I understand projects and and whatever, and I invest. When I invest, I look into the fundamentals and whatever, but sometimes the fundamentals isn't what sells people on a project. And I'm not saying that this should be any sort of like hype project, but I feel like it's just lacking that person, like that influencer, to sell emotion opposed to logic. Does that make sense? I mean, just for
No,
example,
yeah. Yeah,
what's
no, listen, like what you're saying totally makes sense. And, targeting influencers has been something that we've been working on, especially the tier one influencers. In full transparency and all honesty, securing tier one influencers has been a little bit of a challenge, not necessarily because our project lacks any merit, more or so because of their general availability and creating the contact. So we
yeah,
have been working on getting in contact with people that have the influence and have the energy that you're saying, right? Because I think there's a couple of ways to generate hype, and I think influencers
yeah,
are one of them when you get someone super credible talking about your project. So it is something that we are actively working on, and it's something that we are doing a lot of outreach around. But I'm kind of in the boat that I don't want to promise anything until, the ink is dry on the paper, if that makes sense. So influencers are
yeah.
something that
I
we're
just want to
looking at.
clarify one thing.
Go ahead.
yeah, so I mean, obviously, I like the influence. The advertising and stuff is great, and I think you've done everything really professionally, and I think you've done everything. You're a very professional team member, and I think you're really great for the company. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you take, for example, SafeMoon, I invested in that on week 2 of the launch, so I've literally watched the whole of it and how it's kind of accumulated people to invest, and I've seen all the other kind of hype projects, and so not even like people, just for example, like Jake Paul. I know, he's not a reputable person in, you wouldn't invest. If you're a logical investor, you wouldn't invest because someone like him says so, but he is the kind of person, for example, which brings the masses and brings that kind of like hype about the project. And the only reason I've kind of voiced this, I know I've kind of haven't been direct in what I'm trying to say, is just because watching what you guys have done, I'm really excited, and I'm like, wow, this is actually amazing. And like the fact that you've launched all these products already, I'm just like, why haven't we, like, not, I don't want to use the term mooned, because I don't mean it as in like, I'm not in it for that, but when it's frustrating to see something that's so undervalued, and I just kind of want it to voice that, I guess, and maybe just suggest just looking, not so much tier 1, but just looking at some people that can just kind of bring the illogical investors to the project, just to kind of help. You know what I mean?
I do. And it is something that we've discussed internally, and something that, we'll look at and continue to look at. I think for me, to your point, what we're trying to do is build for longevity. And
yeah,
quite
100%.
honestly, my concern with bringing in, let's use someone like Jake Paul, for example, who can bring in the masses, is one, negotiating with these influencers. We will never give team tokens. We will never give tokens. We don't want to ever give them something that they can, go and dump on our investors. So that's like one thing with regards to negotiations. 2 is the big thing that we've noticed with influencers like this, because we have looked at, some influencers that have promoted projects, and we look at the charts and we see massive pump, and then it's usually immediately followed by a pretty significant dump. So it's one of, like, it could go 2 ways, right? I think in the ideal world and scenarios, we'd be able to bring on an influencer partnership with, let's say, an influencer that can bring in some of the masses that may not be crypto specific or necessarily project specific. But for me, it's like, okay, how do their values and how do their brand align with our brand? Is there something here that's synergistic, that makes sense, that can ensure that, EverRise becomes something that's not just promoted once, but something that they can just continue to promote and help grow? Like, that's kind of the angle that I would want to take with influencers to that degree. And like, honestly, the biggest concern for me is, okay, they bring, let's call it 2 or 3 days of hype, but then what happens to the investors that have been here since day one? Like, do we see a significant dump like we're seeing with other projects? Does it build towards the longevity that we're ultimately targeting, right? So there are some things that we are exploring to bring the hype that you're discussing. And we're talking about it internally. I don't want to necessarily say anything right now because it is still in the stage where we're planning. But I think some of the things that we have planned will, how do I say this, form long-term partnerships while bringing hype in a way that aligns with our brand. So that's, I know that's really vague, but like, those are the working blocks that I'm kind of looking at.
I understand. I kind of wanted to just come up and say, just, as in, I really see the value that you guys bring, and I think you got a great team. I mean, Titan, just as a developer, I think is amazing. But just all of you, you work well together, and it's really like it's almost frustrating for me because when I invested, I think it was day 1 or 2, and have to continue to present. It was like just watching you grow, but it almost felt like it's really frustrating to see these projects. I won't name the one because I don't want to get hated on, but that have such volume and whatever hype around it, but in actual fact they haven't released anywhere near the amount of things you guys have, if that kind of makes any sense. But yeah, thanks for letting me come up anyway, and I'll just keep up the good work, everyone, I guess.
Hey, I also would like to add a couple of points here. See, we have utilities. Generally, any project, if it needs to be successful, it's not with the utilities, it is the community. So as long as the community holds hands strong, the project will be successful. So what we are trying here itself is like we are bringing the utilities and making sure that community understands what we are building. And if you see the way of the staking is going up, people really believe in the apps or utilities we are building. So the ultimate goal is as long as the community stands together with the project, it will be successful. It's just a matter of time when when the bubble will be burst. We'll see that, but we have to wait for it. We cannot expect anything like, okay, because of this exchange and because of this influencer, we might go up. No, it might not happen. It will go up, but it will come down very fast. But if we have everything like planned, if we have a commitment, eventually it'll happen.
Awesome. Well, on that note, guys, thank you so much for joining us on our weekly AMAs. We'll see you again next week. And TJ, do you want any other words to close it out?
Yeah, don't forget merch is coming for the holidays. So we're excited about that. We'll share more details as they become available, which should be very soon. And hopefully next time you listen to an EverRise AMA or the following one after that, you can be sitting there in an EverRise hoodie and an EverRise pair of joggers and enjoying it. I'm really looking forward to the merch.
Me too. I might post a little teaser. We'll see.
I think you should.
All right, guys. We'll see you
Awesome.
soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.